We're live. Hey, folks. Welcome back to another episode of MTB Q&A. That's Mountain Bike Q&A, if you're new. Thanks for coming on live. Thanks for watching this later on. I really appreciate you guys as viewers and listeners. Really appreciate you guys. This is episode 76. I can't believe you guys have let me do it this long. I appreciate you all. Before we start, I do want to give a shout out to Gear Hugger. They sent me over a little care package, a little degreaser, a little lubricant here. I really appreciate you guys for doing this. And this stuff it's eco-friendly. It's made out of like vegetables and stuff. Who would have thought you could have done all this to your bike with a broccoli? I don't know. But anywho, I left a link down here if you guys are interested in checking them out. I really appreciate this, guys. I've got a reel in my head already for this that I've been wanting to do. This is perfect. Thank you, Gear Hugger. Anywho, back to what we're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, we came here. It's episode 76. It's my last podcast of the year. And I wanted to make it special for you all to, and who else to get to make it special than the one and only Joe, a.k.a. the Calirado Kid, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. He's all set up. He's got the music in his head. He's turning around. He's doing a slow reveal.
Wait. I thought you were supposed to do the intro music, or was that I was supposed to play that? I thought we rehearsed this, Johnny.
Okay, turn around again and do it.
This sounds like a strip club. Let's just call it right here. This is getting inappropriate really fast.
Coming back. Get your dollar bills ready. Coming on stage tonight.
Next up to the stage, Mercedes. Girls. Those guys they've always got, not that I frequent strip clubs or anything, but they always have, their voice is always really hoarse because they've been just screaming all night long. Like, next up to the stage, Cherry. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, all right, we get it. Yeah, I wonder like if the girls are really excited about the intro. Like I would love an intro like that. I don't know that anybody's ever given me an intro like that, but I would be on board with it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I can't go to those places anymore. After being married for so long and at my age, I'm cheap. I don't want to just hand my money to somebody.
Yeah, it's just an awkward experience. I don't know how we started this mountain bike podcast talking about strippers, but yeah, it's an awkward experience all around. It was like turn 18, and then it was like bachelor party, and that was pretty much the gist of it. Like, that's like, there you go. Now I'm a grown up.
Neil Trail Monsters in the house. He just got off the plane just in time for this one. Heck yeah.
You're going to regret it. Get back on the plane immediately.
Get and go back to wherever you were. Trail Pimp, Calirado. Hope to see you back at North Star next summer.
Speaking of strippers, here comes Trail Pimp into the chat.
Oh, speaking of the pimp.
Yeah.
We've got Jarno, Fractured Rider, all the way from Finland, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's make him whole again.
How you doing, man?
I'm surviving, getting ready for Christmas. I didn't realize was next week, so I'm hosed, man. It's like you got to get gifts for everybody. I'm a little behind. Yeah.
You can't get everyone mountain bike gear.
The problem is you like as a parent or whatever, like, oh, I get it for the kids and stuff, and then you forget about the wife. So I'm like, oh crap. So, luckily she's not listening right now. She's at work.
Oh no, thank you.
I'll get it squared away.
No, I've got to do that tomorrow.
Lucky for her, she's getting a brand new set of Everyman Jack body soap.
Not brought to you by Everyman Jack.
Hashtag sponsored.
You're going to smell like cedar wood this week.
Yeah. Yes.
Can't wait to snuggle into your pit with some cedar wood.
Honey, you're so earthy tonight.
What's your favorite flavor?
Cedar wood. You know what? I'm the sandalwood guy. I've got
sandalwood.
Yeah,
I like the sound. I like to smell like I just came from the forest, been hacking up wood.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
What's the holidays look like for you and your family this year?
It's going to be simple. Hopefully they're going to go down to San Diego for about 4 or 5 days. So I've got those days to just go balls out with content creation. So like really this upcoming weekend just gonna be a lot of filming. I've got a YouTube video I'm trying to finish, but it's been like a nightmare this week. So I'm trying to get that done, get that released. And then I've got some shorts I got to produce, and Jess is in town for the next like 2 months or so. So I'm really trying to utilize time with her and go out and film and do a lot of collaborative stuff with her. Because as you know, when you work with creators and you get together, like ideas flow. So it's nice because you can like have an idea and like, how do we make it better? And it's reinvigorating because it's hard. I feel like I'm on a lonely island sometimes, and I am because I'm still working all the time. I'm still got the family, and so I don't get to invite people on rides a lot because oftentimes when I have to go ride, I have to just go film. So like I'm usually just by myself, and it's nice to have people around. Like so, I'm gonna go hang out with Seabass this weekend. Actually, the old normal MTBer. So I'm just branching out. I'm getting back into the swing of things, man.
Man, that's I said it with my teeth. You do so much, and I've always wondered, like, when do you have the time to shoot all this and ride and do your family and work? And I mean, do you take a day and just go, I got 5 ideas, I'm gonna shoot it all?
Yeah, I kind of have to. So like it's especially when it gets dark at 4:30, like I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Like unless I'm filming in my garage, I basically have to go on a Saturday. And even this weekend, like I was filming on Sunday, I had a bunch of stuff I had to get done. And a buddy of mine, he does a comic book consignment page called Elite Comics 11 on Instagram. And I've been helping him do live sales for years. Like originally I was a lot more involved with the page, but I got really sunk into the Calirado stuff. And so I was helping him with that. And he had a big charity that he had going on Sunday. And his internet was bad at his house. He's like, "Can I use your studio?" I was like, "Come over, man. Let's do it." And so I was able to, help him facilitate this. And we must have made at least 40 grand that night for some charity stuff. So it was amazing. One guy came in and donated a Michael Jordan rookie card that went for like 5,500 or 6,000 something bucks. It was like, and all of it went to charity. And so it was great. We did that here on Sunday, and I was supposed to be editing the YouTube videos and the stuff and the contractual obligations that I have, but that was worth it. 100% would do it again. And we had a great time. We were there till like 10 o'clock at night getting that done. And so things pop up, and whatever. If it's for a good cause or if it's friends or family, I'm there.
Trail Pen wants to know, are you going to be in Reno this weekend?
I'm going up there Saturday, but I don't know if we're going to ride or not. It's going to be, we're going to see.
And Yarno's here. He's here for the hunky mustache.
He came to the right place.
You can't. Now, I'm going to take myself a little bit back. I'm going to take a second. I know this is about you, but I'm going to take myself back because we're going to talk about the mustache.
Wait, you said we were going to talk about me all night.
I know, but gosh
okay,
darn it. Look at the face up there. Me.
Damn it.
My podcast. No, I found you during 2020 when I decided I wanted to do this, watching the YouTubes, and you had a full-on beard.
Big beard, big bushy beard, yeah.
Big bushy beard. And I remember you liking your stuff, and I was like, oh, he's riding with Brian. He's hanging out with Brian. Oh, he's friends with Brian.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden start clicking, and I'm on the Instagram and I'm looking for you. This is my how I found Calirado Kid. Just bear with me. And how I got to enjoy.
You're supposed to say you just Googled greatest mountain bike content creator in history, and I came up. I probably had 200 subscribers at the time, but yeah.
I tried, and there was a huge list, and you were not
even on it. Yeah, all right.
But what was funny is you had this huge beard, and then you had a video where you shaved a thing into it,
classic,
an eggplant.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure your wife was very happy. But I remember finding, and I'll pull this video up because I had it locked and loaded. And again, we'll get to you.
It's fine. It's fine.
Calm down.
It's fine. I stroke my own ego many more times a day than you would imagine.
So there's no audio on this anymore.
Oh yeah, they removed the audio. Those fuckers. Oh, sorry. It's only got 152,000 likes. Damn it.
Oh, son of a! I can see why they would remove it. I found that video while going through your thing, and I go, "Oh, we can do comedy here."
Yeah. Yep.
And that's when it clicked. Like before, I used to do my intros like, "Hey, everybody, I did an interview with someone last night, and it was really nice." I didn't know how it would be received, and then I saw you, and that's about when you started being really goofy.
Yeah. The original, my original YouTube videos were very much Brian's videos. BKXC is just his style because that's who I watch. I didn't know how to mountain bike or anything, so I was watching him because I was friends with him, and I watched religiously, and eventually decided to start something, and I was like, all right, I'm going to do ride videos like Brian does. I'm just going to implement my humor. And so a lot of it ended up being just me doing random stuff on the trail and other things. And I would work in bits here and there. And it really was still very much, ride videos, but with goofy Calirado stuff. And then eventually, as I transitioned to short form, it got more skit oriented or random other thing oriented, which was far more successful. But yeah, it was, you always got to be willing to evolve. I've talked about this in the past. Like, you can't just stay still. You've got to if it's not working, try something different, or, whatever, just always creatively express yourself in different ways. Cause if you get stuck in one direction, you wonder why you're not successful. Maybe you didn't try a different direction. Right. Like, so there's always I'm always looking at ways to evolve, what I do. And so I never sit still. I at least theoretically, right? Like, I'm like, how can I do a different type of video? How can I do this? So I'm really diving deeper into long form again this year, and I'm going to help see how I can evolve that into different stuff too. So more challenges.
So I just wanted to thank you for allowing me to be more me in my videos, because I have done comedy on television for so many years that it was like, I didn't know it was going to be received well, because all the videos I watched were like people hucking and doing all kinds of crazy stuff on bikes and being serious. And all of a sudden there's this goofball.
Yep.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, I never thought that I could. I wanted to be received a certain way. And I'm like, no.
It turns out people dig it. And honestly, like, comedy is one of the best forms of relatability and entertainment. And, it really hit a chord maybe last year or the year before, whatever. I don't watch football anymore. I don't really watch sports anymore. But I was watching the Super Bowl, and during the commercials, you looked at the commercials and they were 90% comedy, 90%. And I was like, I got to be on to something here. So, so we still have a lot of very serious people in the mountain bike world, which is not a bad thing, but there's certainly there's not as many funny people. And so there's still a space to be filled, I think. And I would just wish the industry would lighten up a little bit.
Yeah, people like to laugh. No, who doesn't like to laugh?
Yeah. It's cool when I see brands like Specialized, they share Jess's stuff because she works with them. So they're putting some of her stuff on their pages now. And like Seabass is another good example. They'll put his stuff up. So seeing big companies support, the ridiculousness of what we're doing is cool. And I'd like to see more of that in 2025. So, the space is open, and it's like, that's one of the things I've talked about in the past too, is like one of the things that held me back from starting a channel in the beginning was like, there's already a million people doing ride videos. Why would I do anything different? And it turns out everybody's got their own style, their own, editing style, their own comedic style. So everyone has something to add. You just got to find it, and there you go.
My wife says, wait, there's a football game during the Super Bowl commercials?
Yeah, exactly. Who cares about the football game? I just want nachos.
That
should be a t-shirt. I just came for the nachos.
I came for the nachos and the commercials. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment of pause. Mark, kill the segment.
Mark, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, buddy. Where the hell have you been?
Yeah, what's he doing?
Yeah. Why are we not hanging out right now?
Come on. I'll send you a link, Mark.
Yeah, just hanging out in SoCal.
So you've had a busy year. What did you start? You started out in how do you pronounce it? Oaxaca?
Oaxaca, yeah. We did Oaxaca earlier this year, Jess and I, yeah.
How was that trip with two crazy content creators?
That was a great trip. I mean, honestly, it's like kind of the first trip that we opened up to the public, and we had a great turnout, and the food was tremendous on the trip. The riding was spectacular. Like, really, we came at kind of like a dry season, so everything was very dusty. We rode Georgetown the other day with Jess and my buddy Brian Gong and a couple other people, and it was like what you would think Oaxaca would normally be, where it's like wet conditions, but fast descents, really like, you just boom, jump on the shuttle van, go back up, and just have these blasty descents and steep stuff. And it was great. I would 100% go back. The vibe downtown was really cool. We had a lot of great food, and for the price of those trips, which we did with Oaxaca Expeditions, Javier, the owner, he ran a tight ship, man. Great guides. Everybody was really cool. But like, man, we were eating amazing stuff every night, like just views of the city, like a rooftop bars, like the cocktails there. And of course, like everything is drastically cheaper. Now, luckily, most of the meals and everything were already wrapped into the tour trip price. But like we went out one night or two nights on our own, and it's like, oh yeah, you would go just imagine a rooftop bar with a guy playing like a violin or something, like that type of atmosphere, very classy and just overlooking the city, beautiful outside. And it was like, imagine that in the States, you're looking at $80 per person. This was like, I think $80 for like three of us or something. It was like, you know what I mean? Like, and with cocktails and everything, was awesome.
I live in Miami. That's $80 is 2 drinks.
Yeah.
So how did that come to be? How did that come about? Did you reach out to the,
it's funny. Yeah, it's funny because like I actually had another company that I think they ran the Trans Sierra Norte. they had reached out a couple times and we just never really locked anything down. So, and then Javier hit me. So a lot of times like people just like find me and message me, which is why IG as a content creator, I know some of the hardcore old school YouTube guys still don't like social media, but I'm trying to convince them like IG is the king for communication. Like a company could just reach out and message you through casually and you could start a conversation that could translate to email and then go serious later. But like a lot of brand deals that I've done have been through IG. And so like the old school YouTube guys originally when I first started the short form thought it was a joke. Like that's never going to work. Only long form is how you're a creator and you're going to make money. And that's not true at all. So, I mean, look at anyways. So these companies will usually just hit me up and message me. Like there's a company, they just got started. It's a husband and wife combo and they're running trips. It's weird that I said no to this, but they're running trips in Argentina and they're running trips in Mexico City. And they wanted me to come to Argentina. And so that's right on the border of Chile. And so basically like, I just got to get the flight out there and cover that. Right. So it looked like a blast. It's not, I think it's just at the time it was bad timing, but I looked at the flights. I'd have to fly into Buenos Aires and fly, like it'd be multiple connections. It'd be 20 something hours on the plane and travel and all that stuff. So like I've done the Spain thing, which was one of the greatest trips ever. So I'm thinking about that, but they also do trips in Mexico City. And I know they're doing one in February. So maybe I'll reach out to them and do that. Cause I do want to, like, to me, one of the things that excites me the most, and this is what happens when you ask a simple question, I just ramble for 45 minutes.
It's fine. It's fine. It's your time.
One of the things that excites me the most is like adventure and like seeing new things. And I think like I get complacent when I'm home all the time and there's the same trails that I have access to all the time. And I'm just not as excited about the sport as when I go somewhere and just ride for 6 days on new stuff and explore. Right. And there's so much of that to be had in the world that like, I gotta get in like 4 trips a year. I think at this point, that'd be so cool.
Yeah. I talk about that a lot with living down here. I get trail fatigue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. And I've actually, now that I got the new bike, I'm going back to them because it's a different feel.
Night rides too. Night rides are a good way to do it.
There's no night ride here.
What?
The parks close at sundown.
Oh, they're not going to ticket you. Come on.
They close. The gates actually close.
Just ride in.
I'm going to do that.
I'm not scared of nothing. Our gates close at like 7. I park outside, then I ride into the park.
Do that.
Yeah, I'm not scared of nothing. What are they going to do? Like, oh, get off your bike, sir. I'm just going to take off into the dark. I'll turn off the lights like the Batmobile in Batman Begins, and I'll just disappear. You'll never see me again.
Never see him again, folks.
Until they find my body when I crashed because I couldn't see where I was going.
Man, you just threw me off. I had something locked and loaded for you, sir.
That's all right. That's all right.
No, but I do. I like traveling. I've been to SoCal a couple times for Adam Mock's Ride and Shine.
Yeah, I gotta make that this year for sure. They've been inviting me the last 2 years. I feel like the year before I got locked down with the Northwest Tune-Up up in Bellingham. And then this year it was just bad timing. Really, everything in this year has been about saving money and being conscientious of things. So I've just been really tight with everything this year. But 2025, it's about to open up. So we're going to go crazy in 2025.
Floodgates are opening, folks. No, but getting out there, and I went to Bentonville this year and getting to see all these different people. It's not just riding for me. It's getting to hang out with a bunch of different people because I'm a solo rider down here.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun. Oh, and to ride a mountain in California. You guys actually mountain bike.
Imagine that. Yeah. You should come out and stay at Everstoke. We may be putting together a creator event. I know Aaron so BKC and Aaron's property out there. I don't know. Did you go to Everstoke when you came out here? No, you were in SoCal, right?
I was in SoCal.
Because I thought you didn't do Downeyville, right?
No, I haven't done that either.
Okay, all right. So next year, there's a possibility we're going to be putting on like a creator summit or an event or something like out at Everstoke where it's like, I don't know if he wants to open it up to everybody where people just come out and film stuff and do whatever. I don't know what the plan is yet. He reached out to me maybe April, and the premise would be like being at Everstoke, but filming a bunch of stuff, promoting the property, but also like there's Mills Peak, there's Huff, there's Downeyville, all that stuff is close by. So there could be like just a massive amount of riding and filming and just hanging out. So I don't know the details yet because there's Sea Otters close to that. So is the TDS Enduro and all this. But if we know details, that'd be a good one to hit like some major NorCal mountain stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm so bad on mountain biking. Robert's in here. Sounds sick. Apparently joined at the right time. Anytime with that guy. It's a good time.
Good to see you.
Holy cow.
Hey, it's Adam Mock.
His ears must have been burning.
We were just talking about you. I said, I'm definitely got to make it to Ride and Shine in 2025, man. Like I got to be out there. It's just years of like things getting in the way, and I'm tired of things getting in the way. Can I tell you an epiphany I had recently, real quick? And this is not like it didn't start as a metaphor, but it kind of turned into one. So I was driving through the city the other day, and my mind's been racked lately with what to do next and what to do and all this stuff. And so I was like I was just driving through town. Maybe I was going to pick up the kids. I don't know what I was doing, but like, you drive through town and you just hit stoplight after stoplight after stoplight after stoplight. And for some reason, like maybe after the 17th stoplight, I just like something snapped in me and maybe I lost my mind a little bit. But like, as I sat at the stoplight, I kind of sat there and I was like, you can keep throwing stoplights at me, man. I'm not going to stop. Like something in my head like said that. And it like turned into this metaphor of like, yeah, it is true. The world wants to throw speed bumps in your way. They want to give you opportunities that don't align with what you're trying to do. And eventually you just got to like, you can keep throwing stuff at me, man. I'm going to keep going that direction. Like, that's the way I want to go. Nice. So it was a good epiphany in the last couple of weeks.
The kid is dropping some, I can write that down.
Yeah. I told you to bring your notebook. So you don't want to bring your notebooks tonight? All right.
I got a notebook. I got one
right
here, man. That's
the look of pens anymore. We don't
it's like he just Adam Mock got in him.
Yeah.
Got some positive he put it on a fortune cookie there, man.
Yeah, it's true. Don't let stuff get in your way, man. Just keep chugging, keep walking.
Keep on keeping on.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Everstoke, you bring it up. How often do you get out there? That place looks so much fun. I had Aaron on one night, and it just looks what he's done there.
Yeah, honestly, to me, like I was out there since they bought the property. I remember Brian hit me up. He's like, "Hey, I bought this property." I'm like, "What?" So I remember going out there before anything was anything. I've been in a couple videos out there with full YouTube videos out there, and we were making the campsites, and we were clearing brush, and then nothing was started. Then there was another video we were cutting down trees for the first time and developing the trails, and it's evolved within 3 years. Like, it's crazy how evolved it is. The riding's really fun. More importantly, the vibe is cool, man. It's built for mountain bikers by mountain bikers. And it is an amazing place. And every time I go out there, I feel revitalized. I feel better, And so I'm hoping, again, 2025, I told Brian already, because I've carved out my own campsite there up above. So I had the kids help me level it out last, July. So I've got a little spot that they can't really charge because it's hard to get to. But I'm like, that's where I'm going to go anytime I'm out here. And then, I'll just do all my filming, and it's cool because I have access to all the trails. There's, people always filtering through, but it's amazing. And you can walk right to the brewery or ride your bike right to the brewery next door. It's the only neighbors. It's cool.
Your only neighbor's a brewery. What joy to a mountain biker after a day of riding. Let's go get an IPA.
It's sick. And then we get a big fire pit going, and everybody just hangs out by the fire until it's, but it's funny. Like, one of the things I loved about being out in the outdoors like that is like, you go to bed earlier. Like, when I'm at home, I don't go to bed till midnight or 1 because there's so much stuff that I could do. Whereas like there, it's dark, it's cold. You're like, it's time to turn in. So you're in bed by like 10 sometimes. You're like, I love that. Your clock changes. You're not looking at an actual dial anymore. You're just going by your own internal algorithm, if you will.
Oh, that feels good.
Yeah.
Wife wants to know, has the epiphany changed what you've been doing since you had it?
Yeah. I'm making some changes in 2025, so it's going to be interesting.
JT, the Dusty Dutchman's in the house. What's up, brother? Thanks for stopping in.
The Dusty Dutchman.
The man. It
sounds like a ship. The name of a ship.
You've got to go on the Dusty Dutchman.
We've got to go on the Dusty Dutchman, man.
Get on.
Get right in the frickin' fruggin'.
Hey, you look at that. It's the Dusty Dutchman.
He's got right on the friggin' button.
Oh, it's a
look
great
at the size of that melon. Dude, wait, I got one good one. You remember that movie, So I Married an Axe Murderer? He goes, he's going to cry himself to sleep on this huge pillow.
Huge pillow. Look at that heat.
Look at the size of that.
It's got its own weather system.
So good.
That ship's full of booty.
Oh, I believe it. OnlyFans coming soon.
Oh, God. Oh, man. I want to do my feet. Totally off the subject. Just to see where it would go. I know. Okay. I lost him, folks. So content creating and stuff.
Yeah.
Back to that. You're doing all kinds. You're over at Everstoke. You're in Oaxaca. I had to write it down. Mm-hmm. Oaxaca. At what point, and I'm going to bring it back. At what point did you say, let's short form it? That's where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, really,
I know you've probably answered this a million times.
Yeah, no, that's all right. It was honestly that first video that you saw, like, and that was in Sedona, maybe 2.5 years. When was that? It was November of, what is it, 2024 now? So it must have been November 2022. It was a makeup for a COVID Sedona Fest that I went to, and Kyle and my buddy Jay went to, and I made that video before going to Sedona, and we drove down there. We drove to Sedona, and I remember at Sedona, at this point I hadn't learned better, and my notifications were still on my phone. My God. Like, I was just like watching it happen in real time, like this thing go global, and seeing people, do the video that I made in Brazil and, all over the place. And so then you would see, like, there was a way to click on it, and I don't know if you could do it on there, but on mobile, I can see it, and I can see all the people that use the audio, and all of them were doing it, and it was like all over the globe, and I was watching this spread real time, and it really excited me. And so, like, one of the things I tend to do is when that happened is I was like, well, okay, it can either be a fluke that I just got lucky, or I can try to recreate it and see if I can get another video that gets over 1 million. Like, that's crazy talk, but let's try it.
Yeah.
And it's not that hard on social media these days. Like, it's like you can do it with a random like cat video. And so it's not that hard, but if you know the right formula for something, you can make it happen. And so the goal was to repeat it. And then, I just started honing it right again. I just started honing in on how to improve. So I just did it. And so the short form was far more rewarding. And I noticed that, like, with the YouTube stuff, for example, being able to pivot at the time, like, I was putting 30 hours into editing these elaborate videos and not getting that much views. Right. And so I was just like, I felt rewarded. And so the reward was like, hey, let's go over here for a little bit. And that was really like, I'll just go where the dog treats are, and so, it was very stimulating for me to be like, boom, oh, that did really good. Look at all these comments here. And so it really just kind of, again, like, I decided I saw it doing well. So you hyper focus over there and you get better at that. And then if that slows down, you broaden out again, you look at and you hyper focus on the next thing is the goal. But yeah, it really drove me to short form, and it opened up, because I thought, like, oh, my channel's over. Like, not doing long form. If I'm not doing long form, I'm over. And it's the biggest growth I've had on all platforms. 100,000 plus on TikTok, 127,000 something on IG, and 190 something thousand on YouTube. But who's counting? I mean,
who's counting?
Yeah,
not me. I can count on both hands and toes.
Yeah,
the likes and views I get.
But I'd like to think we're just getting started, man. There's a lot more. There's a lot of room to move. There's always room to learn. Like, I don't know everything, so I mean, like, yeah, like I said, I'm going to branch out and start doing more long form again this year too, and just start, tightening up those screws too.
It's just, this is just fun. It's a hobby. I'm really loving it. I know it's bigger for you right now.
Mm-hmm.
My sister just joined. Late as usual. Tara, if you don't know, I am sitting 3,000 miles away, but next to on a screen with the Calirado Kid, one of the, if not hugest mountain bike influencers.
Yeah, take that, Jess.
Yeah, Jess, Seabass. Where are you guys?
Stupid.
No, I'm kidding. I got to tell you, I met Jess this year, and I know you're good friends with her. But folks, if you don't know, if you've never met her in person, she is who she is. She was just amazing. I remember going to dinner with the Women's Mountain Bike Network, and I'm like, I'm sitting next to Jess.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys. You guys don't know the real Jess. So, like, I'm just going to tell you right now, she pisses me off. All right. She's too nice, and I don't appreciate it.
You hate nice people. You're like, it's like Adam Mock right here.
Yeah.
His niceness, he's got bodies in his basement.
Yeah. That's true.
Someone can't be that
too damn nice. I don't like, Adam's the same way. Too nice.
You got to throw in something every Joe is content creation, your full-time. No, it's not his full-time gig. And are you veering in that direction?
Do you want an international scoop tonight? For something I haven't announced yet? Oh my God.
Oh.
So
I'm getting sweaty.
Yeah, last week I told my work I'm not going to be there very much longer. So,
whoa.
2025 is going to be big, but I haven't announced that yet. So everybody in chat, keep that secret.
Okay, I won't use it 29 minutes and 31 seconds as a reel for tomorrow.
Yeah, don't clip it. All right. But
that's huge, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, big things coming to 2025. Financial ruin for my family. It's just gonna be it's gonna be
You're gonna be living in that tent in Everstoke.
Yeah, exactly. I got Everstoke to fall back on, so it'll be good.
Oh man, that's congratulations, brother. That's huge, man.
Yeah.
Is that something you've been looking forward to doing?
Or yeah, I mean, like, it's funny because like the thought of it has been like, dude, this is the gateway to that. And then as it gets closer and like I meet those goals like halfway through this year, I'm like, I guess I could do it at any time. I don't know. But you know, like still I have a family, it's like still obligations. And at some point my wife's like, you got to do it. And I was like, okay. So I'm going to go full bore, man. I got a lot of good ideas that I've been holding off on for years because I just don't have time. There's so many things I've been wanting to do that I just don't have time. Like I get home from work, I pick up the kids, I get them home, I make them dinner. By the time it's 9 o'clock, then I got to edit and stuff. So like the world's never seen me let loose with the handcuffs off, with the cage open.
Holy cow.
So get ready.
Wow. Congratulations, man. And it's great that you got your wife on board with the content bringing in enough to put food on the table for mother and children.
Yeah. Yeah. Either that or I'm going to start a Patreon and beg everyone.
Can you buy me a coffee?
Yeah, exactly. God, you know what? I don't drink coffee anymore. I cut that out. I'm just like anything you can save. It's like, forget it, man. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'll announce everything soon, but yeah.
Oh man. Okay. I won't clip that. Let's delete that 29 minutes.
Yep. That's
amazing.
Right in the holidays, but yeah, let's go for it.
I was just impressed when you built what you're sitting in right now.
Yeah.
I was a great studio. He's doing good enough. He decided to build a studio. I've got a pallet, buddy.
Yeah, well, it really came because like the studio I was using in the house, we have a 3-bedroom house. You know, the kids were getting bigger, and my wife's like, our daughter needs her own room. Like, I was like, all right, well, does that mean I got to move my studio? So you can't really like in this economy buy a bigger house. They're insanely expensive and stuff. So and adding on to a house is insanely expensive. Yeah. So Costco had these for sale, and it's a studio shed. They're really nice, and so I worked with a local contractor. They set them up with me, and they did the build up. And then I build radio studios for a living. So like the whole soundproofing, designing of everything I just did myself. But yeah, it was worth it. It's a solid investment. It's still a write-off, for whatever it is, but it's is essential to the operation of the Calirado Kid channel, 100%.
Oh man, I'm just blown away, and I'm very happy for you.
Yeah.
Because someone who's on the sidelines watches you religiously, it's just neat to know that because I know a bunch of other content creators that have said, my buddy Mike Mitchell, Run Bike Mike, I hope he doesn't mind me saying, but I was like, why don't you quit your job? And he goes, why? He goes, I do this on the side. I do very well. And I have all the benefits of my job.
Yeah.
But I guess to be able to do what you love, making people laugh
I'm good at what I do. But I find myself less happy at the end of the week and happier at the end of the weekend. Right. So
yeah,
you do the math there. What's happiness worth to me? And like, that's like, I think this is a gateway to at least a year or two. If I screw it all up, then whatever, it is what it is. I'll have a great year or two. I told the same thing to Brian BKXC when he first announced that he was going to quit his job very, very early on in his BKXC channel. He only had like 10,000 subscribers. Maybe it was less. He barely had anybody, maybe 1,000 subscribers. He was like, I quit. I see the potential. And I remember like messaging him, and I was like, dude, even if it fails, I was like, you're going to have the greatest year of your life, And so he's never looked back since, right? He's got a property, he's got a brand with Trail One and all that stuff. So you never know how it's going to play out, but you can't, I don't know. I got to give it a shot. So yeah,
good luck. Congratulations.
Yep.
Holy cow. Dropping bombs on me. I don't even know where to go now.
I'm going to be begging people for money soon. Don't worry.
Yeah. You're going to be blowing up even more. You're going to have a gold YouTube. And now what the brand thing, I wanted to talk about so much that you've come up with this year, and you've collaborated with brands. I mean, you've got the Everyman Jack.
Mm-hmm.
You still have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. What do you got? You got N+1. How did N+1 come about? Because they're like in what, Tennessee?
Yeah, they're in Kentucky. So, but my buddy
Kentucky.
Brian Gong knows them. And so we were at Sea Otter and he was like, hey man, Sean wants to like circle up with you and just discuss. And I was like, sure, like I'm happy to do that. Cause you know, the struggle of trying to find a bike sponsor in this world, which is crazy, like that it's so hard. And I saw that like GT's shutting down or something. So I know Phil, Skills from Phil just announced, like he put an announcement video out that like he's no longer gonna be working with GT. Like the fact that I can get, like, I think the synopsis was 33+ million views on YouTube this year alone. And, to lock down a bike sponsor is hard. So I was like, all right, well, what's another option for this? And it turns out working with a shop seems to be far superior because not only do we have a kind of a deal in place, but also like there's a lot of potential there because, you know, if we're moving stuff, I could take a percentage of like affiliate links, right? So there's potential there too, but also like anything I need, I could be like, hey, Sean, or whatever. And like, he's such a rad dude that like, he gets it. He 100% wants to invest in creators. And so like, he understands the value of creators, whereas like bike companies, everyone that I talked to didn't seem to. Like, I remember there was some bike companies that made offers and they were just so low that I was just like, I don't know, man, like this seems like it ought to work for that. So like, it sounds like pompous, but it didn't seem like they wanted us. It was more like an afterthought for them. They just want to spend all their money on the athlete stuff. So this is a great partnership. And like, these guys are great. I talk to Sean all the time. We're running a giveaway right now. We're giving away a $2,000 wheel set right now. The Bird wheel set.
The Bird wheel set.
And he's like, hey, you want to do a giveaway? He's like, I got these Bird wheels. I'm like, let's go. And before that, we gave away an Axis transmission. And it's stuff that I could easily just be like, hey, give them to me. But I was like, this is better. Let's just give it to people for the holidays, you know? So it's like, we're on the same page. Like, let's just try and do cool stuff with this partnership every now and then. And it's going to be great.
I find it interesting with influencers and content creators as influencers. I do that because a lot of people that I know and work with don't even understand what it is.
Yeah.
And it is a job. And it's what's funny to me is that how many commercials do you watch? None.
Yeah.
I don't watch any commercials, but do I watch my Instagram? Why do you think I have this stuff in my shower? You influenced me.
But if anybody ever has any questions on whether or not it's a viable option, go look at the amount of money being dumped into influencer marketing, and it's exponentially increasing every year. So like, you can argue all you want, but I'm telling you that the influencer marketing campaigns are massive and there's a lot of money on social media. So it's whether it's investing into influencers directly like me, or if it's a situation where like I'm using my talents to produce stuff for other companies and they put it into rotation where I'm not involved in my channel. But those are all revenue opportunities for me. And I could see that side being, I want to see a lot of growth in that in 2025, where I'm like reaching out to companies, say, hey, I know what I'm doing, almost like a production company. Say, hey, like, let me produce some stuff for you, and then you could just put it in your ad rotation. I did that with Outbound Lighting, and it's, as far as I can tell, working out great for them. Like, they sent me some of the stats on it, and they're a great company. They're amazing, man. Like, I've been using their gear for years, and so I was like, they were like, hey, we're kind of looking to make some stuff for the holidays. So like, and I was like, I'll help. This would be great. So it's already a product I like. So they're putting ads into their page, and there's so much engagement and comments and stuff, and it's like, it's really cool to see that stuff work.
You know, it is interesting because I don't watch commercials, like I said, but I got tired of smelling like lavender and whatnot, and all of a sudden you pop up with this cedar wood, smelling like the ocean or whatever they have, and I'm like, you know what? It worked.
Yeah, and I don't even mean to plug a bunch of my sponsors here tonight, but it's like Everyman Jack's another company that's very outdoor focused. Like when they reached out to me, I was like, I don't know. But we got on a call, and they're based out of Marin. They live right near Mount Tam, which is, that's where the mountain bike museum is, because that's where mountain bikes started, out in that area. And they do tons of stuff for, outdoor advocacy groups. They do tons of like donations. They did give away scholarships recently. And they're a certified B Corp, so they're very like focused on non-crappy product. It's like very good product. Like it's not a bunch of aluminum and stuff in it. Like, I don't know, I'm not an expert, but I'm just saying, like, I'm on board with a great company, and like I've been to the headquarters. They're like, come here, work here anytime you want. Like they're right outside of San Francisco, so you can actually sit on the balcony and kind of look at the city. But great vibe at the office. The people that I work with, Lonnie and Lucas, are amazing. And they let me run free with it. And like, again, I really do love the company. So it's like,
Yeah.
I've been lucky to like work with these, like cherry pick the companies that I want to, versus like all the random emails that I have in my box that are like, hey, try our brand new e-bike. And it's like, it's like just, there's a lot of sketchy stuff out there. Like, hey, we got this new perfume. You want to try this? It's like, yeah.
Adam says it here. People are willing to miss more to avoid a loss than for potential gain. Love hearing it that you're giving it a shot. It's true. My wife would love for me to quit, and I don't have the numbers, but I would just love. I'd probably be more happier just doing this, even if I didn't have numbers. I think we're worried. It's scary to take that parachute that you got, that you're flying down on. It's nice and safe, and you can sleep all nice and warm at night with it. But to take that leap.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be a different type of stress. Whereas like now it's all, bonus. Now it's all going to be required, you know what I mean? So, but whatever. I mean, you don't know until you do it. So I'm going to fuck it.
Fuck it. I know Mark talked about the studies done on micro influencers. That would be someone like me. I'm less than a micro influencer.
Yeah,
I don't even know numbers on stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What does it take for you? Because I'm sure you get stuff thrown at you all the time.
Yeah.
Now, what does it take to? I brought this up. God, where was I? I was on Mark's podcast, and we were talking about whatever. I forget what it is, but I always wanted to ask you or Jess or Seabass. Content creating and being an influencer doesn't come with a book.
Nope.
How to do it? At what point did you go, okay, I'm worth this?
Man, it's still the Wild West. So like, really the core inspiration for me actually asking for money the first time I did it was I was coming back from Whistler, and I stopped in Portland to hang out with my buddy Dustin Klein. Incredible content creator. I've always respected his work. I might have been watching it like really early. Before I started my channel, I might have been seeing his stuff, or I had started it and I'd found it. Either way, he's been around for a long time. He's been so consistent with the product that he makes. And he's a designer. He's a creative genius. Like, so I've always respected him. I was like, dude, I'm coming through. Can we hang for a day? And like, I got an idea for a video. Turned out that video went to like 5 million views on TikTok and still does really well on all the other platforms. Like, we did a great collab. And, he was very much business oriented already. So like, I kind of picked his brain. He's like, just ask. Like, he's like, you're worth it. I was like, no, I'm not worth it. Like, he's like, no, ask. And like, I was like, ask what? He's like, yeah, you could try this or you could try that or whatever. But like, I was like, all right. And so it really like put the flame under me. And so on my drive back from Portland, on the way down to Sacramento, coming back home, I started like messaging some companies that like I had done chamois butter popcorn, for example, before that. So they knew me, they loved me. Like, they already sent me his stuff. And I was like, hey, I had a funny idea for like another video. Like, would you want to do like a paid thing or something? Like, they're like, yeah. I was like, oh, all right. I was like, what about like, I don't know. Well, I don't remember what it was, like maybe $500 or something, or maybe, I don't know. But anyways, like, yeah, that was the start. And I just started messaging. I messaged Jiro. I was like, hey, I know you guys sent me the helmet and stuff. Like, I got a couple ideas for a video, like, or two, like, if you guys want to go down that route, like, if you got budget, I would just ask like, hey, if you got budget, great. If not, no big deal. But like, I'm here and here's my ideas. Like, I think it'd work really well. And so a lot of people were just going for it. And I was like, whoa. So that's kind of how it started. Realizing you just can't be scared to ask, and it's okay. Like, I just would phrase it very welcomingly, like, where it's like, hey, if you have any budget, like, great. If not, it's not a big deal. But I just had this cool idea, so let me know. And then you realize that's part of the industry, is like this whole thing. So,
and do they just keep coming back at you? Hey, could you do another? Or
yeah, it could be certain brands you've worked with in the past. Not everything's a long-term relationship. So sometimes there's also agencies that will reach out and say, hey, we represent this brand. Here's what we would like a quote on. Like, here's like, hey, we want a reel, we want 3 stories or something. And they could say like, what's your price for that? And you send them and they go, okay, well, that works. And you're like, oh, next time I'll ask for more. That's basically like the last 2 years have just been like that. And so you just kind of ramp up until someone says no. And then you get them down a little bit, but you still get a lot. So
this is Content Creator 101, folks. You're getting some nuggets here. You're getting gems from the man himself.
Yeah.
PB Sheen Queen out there in Michigan, I think. can't get what you don't ask for.
Yeah, I mean, really, again, the biggest thing is for me when I started is like having a good idea already in the tank and messaging them. And again, IG came into play here. This is why don't ever ignore IG. It works really well because you can't message people on YouTube and you can't message people on TikTok's super weird, so it doesn't really work there.
Don't do that.
But I'd be like, hey, like I had this funny idea where I use this like this, and then I do this thing, and like here's a video for reference, kind of what I'm talking about. Like, if you got the budget, like just happy to talk to you about it. If not, no big deal. But just thought I'd mention it, and that tend to like at least spark interest. Another way to gather attention, if you guys are looking for brand attention, is to like use the product in a video in some way, and then tag them. So like, that at least the social media person might see it and be like, oh, okay. And they might either repost it on their story, which gets you exposure, or they might go, oh, let me send you something. And that's the start of a relationship. So it's like, I don't have to do that as much anymore, really. But like when I started, that was the intro to like how I started getting people's attention.
I'm just smiling ear to ear. This is just neat to get the background and the how to and we're getting, like I said, we're getting an education. I did what you just said. I got a reel dropping tomorrow with some Trail One grips I got for my new bike.
Yeah,
little ASMR. Coop, thanks for making it. I love seeing you guys together.
Wait, is it Coop or Co-op?
Together. What's that?
Is it Coop or Co-op, or is his name Coop and he's MTB Co-op?
Cooper. It's a MTB Co-op. Play on Coop.
Gotcha.
Oh,
I
good
like
kid.
It. I like
it. Like and follow everybody. Everybody like and follow each other.
I like it.
And if you don't know, again, if you don't know the Calirado Kid, Calirado, it comes out as this white trash accent of mine. It still sounds like Colorado.
How y'all doing? Yeah, we're over here talking about the Calirado Kid. He's one son of a bitch.
If you don't know him, I got his stuff down there. Give him a like and follow. How overwhelming is it as a content creator to go to your like Instagram and go and see all your DM or your little DMs and stuff? Because I know I've sent you stuff and it's overwhelming. I had somebody text me today. I got another guy that's coming on next year. He's another large influencer. And he's like, dude, I just saw this.
Yeah.
It was a week or two later.
Well, unlike these phony influencers, I check my DMs and I talk to people all the time. Like, I don't know, but I do. I check every DM. So nothing really slips by me, really. I still enjoy talking to people, and weird things come of the communications that happen on IG sometimes, and I like it. So I've said the story in the past too. I landed a weird acting gig. Not weird, but it was a totally unexpected thing that was just like, it was because I talked to somebody that messaged me. So you never know what's going to come of that stuff. And usually people are taking the time to reach out. So I try to like say hi to, and happy to do it. It's kind of all part of the game. When I go to the trailhead, I'm telling you right now, like there's nowhere I can't go that people don't know who I am. And when I go out there, like people will say hi, and then I talk their ear off for 20 minutes and they regret it. Like I just won't let them leave. There was people I had to go film, like I was way behind schedule. And I still like 20 minutes. I was holding these guys hostage, and he's like, wait, don't you have to be there at 11? It was like 10:41 or something. The guy's like, we got to go. I was like, well, see you guys later.
I just wanted to say hi.
Yeah, they made the mistake of saying hi. Yeah.
And it's, we got a thing.
That's what they get. That's what they get.
Does it get, but you don't, and I've heard this before from other content creators, other people that I've interviewed that do know you are wound up 24/7.
I'm always game.
Like, cause you love this, right?
Yeah. I mean, really, I got into this to entertain. So the business side is like so different for me. Like, cause I just got in this to entertain the pants off of people. And so like, that's always been the goal. And so like, I think I've mission accomplished, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
but we're not stopping yet.
I forget I don't know where you were. Was it Sea Otter this year? You were at Sea Otter this year? You were losing your voice.
Yeah. My voice was shot. I was supposed to be on a podcast. Maybe it was last year or this year. I don't remember which one, but I was supposed to be on a podcast on Sunday, and I had to message the guy. I was like, dude, I can't even talk right now. Like, I can't. So this year I brought like a bunch of tea and stuff, and I was just like trying not to yell as much, but it happens 100%.
Gosh, man.
Wait, why are your pants off, Uncaged?
The Joey Yates folks in the house. Hey, where are my pants? I don't know. Who's got pants off? I got to. Yeah, where? I mean, he did
here. I don't
know what he's wearing. He hasn't stood up.
Oh, Jesus. All right, fair enough.
I don't know what you guys are.
Yeah.
So but I think that's great. Like, you haven't done the whole paparazzi, like, no, I need my privacy.
No, not really. I mean, like, you know, it's funny because this is happening now too, which is funny because I went out for my birthday with the wife and we went to this little pop-up bar here and we went in and got drinks and stuff. The next morning I woke up and somebody's like, hey, were you at that bar? I think I saw you. So it's like, that's starting to, like, I had that happen again somewhere else. What was I doing? I don't know. Somebody, the same thing messaged me like later. They're like, were you at that restaurant or something? I was like, this is kind of funny. There's got a lot of mountain bikers in NorCal, so I guess that makes sense.
Good Lord, that's funny. You get recognized.
Oh,
Joe entertained my pants off.
It's like Jack Black in School of Rock. Oh, my guts busted.
What up? Ooh, what? Now, being the influencer that you are,
yeah.
Do you? God, where did I go? My train.
Side note: did you know that your camera is focused on your background and not your face?
Is it?
This is the tech guru in me.
Well, you don't want to see my face anyway.
The stickers are sharp.
No one wants to see my face. Hold on.
This is why you got to get a Sony camera.
Is it better now? Oh, now it's on me. Is it off me?
I just see the stickers clear as day.
Oh, nobody wants to see me anyway.
See, this is why you got to get a really expensive Sony camera.
You got all that crazy gear in there. Oh, look at that. Look how your background is so crushed.
Gorgeous.
Oh, man. He's got the good stuff. Hey, Robert likes the stickers.
Yeah, they are good.
Okay, we've got the backdrop of fame. Everybody loves it. Is there a point to you not taking on somebody as a well, now that you've already opened up that you're going to be doing this full time, do you still say no?
To what do you mean?
Like to somebody who reaches out to you with a product or something?
I still say no to a lot of stuff, plenty of stuff. Yeah, like again, I think that we talked about it prior to stream. Like my buddy Paul the Puncher told me once, like if you don't need it, don't take it. And there's plenty of brands that reach out that like I just don't know what they are, and so I'm sure it would be easy money, but I don't take it. So I don't know. Like I still, I do research before I endorse anything or talk about anything because I just want to make sure it's something that I would viably use. And or if I, oftentimes like Smartwool is a great product. I've used it all summer. We did a video together, and like I legit all summer wore the shirt, the shorts. Because it was 110 out. It was the best. And so they wanted to do a fall campaign, and I was like, yeah, that's a no-brainer. So when there's partnerships like that, but there's plenty of weird emails that are like, hey, we're this Chinese company selling supplements. You want to do? And nope, I don't even know. So it's still a matter of filtering. I'm sure there could be more money in the bank, but like that's not. Yeah, you got to really like. To me, I want to work with brands that I like, and I've been in a good position to do that. Like I've done partnerships with REI. Kind of sporadically, they'll reach out and do something fun. And I did that one Subaru thing that didn't air on my channel, but it was something else. Like I've worked with like Tin Cup Whiskey. I've like done a bunch of like brands, but yeah, they're brands that I know for the most part. So yeah, I just that's how it goes.
Not going to take on anything. You've got a brand. You mean you are a brand. You don't.
Yeah, and people
want to cheapen your brand.
People will hate me if my whole channel just turns into ads. So I really try to like not do too many. But sometimes like I don't think people realize the behind the scenes stuff where like life gets crazy. I can't make a video because there's so much going on with kids and family and everything else that like maybe 2 videos stack up that are paid, and it's like you can easily like see the crowd turn on you if it happens. Like luckily people have been cool, but yeah, it's really a fine line, and I try to do it, but life gets in the way sometimes, and like I can't make as many videos as I want, and that stresses me out because like I want the ratio to be like right where it's like more of my stuff and then occasionally one pops in, but I just it's everything just stresses you out. It's
juggling act now, but now you can. Speaking of your family, and I don't know if I've ever heard much about this, and I've watched some stuff. How do they, especially kids, how do they see dad being this complete goofball that's on the gram? I mean, do they follow you?
They watch all the stuff I make. Yeah, sometimes they'll get involved. Obviously, you've seen them in a couple videos. Yeah. Usually it's easy for me to film when they're not here. Like it's just like I need to be in the right mindset if I'm coming up with a script or something where it's like, all right, what would be funny? Like, but when they're bouncing around and wrestling with each other, it's just like I can't have the chaos around me. Sometimes it's nice to go sit on a rock when I'm at a trailhead and just like Then I'll come up with ideas and things. And solo drives, I come up with a lot of ideas. I think the mistake a lot of people make is they listen to podcasts all the time. No offense, but like listening to podcasts, like you're listening to someone else in your head. And for me, I just like to have like just music because then I'm thinking myself, like ideas pop in. Like, it's funny. So like that's the thing for me is I don't listen to many podcasts these days because whenever I'm driving, I put on music and like 2 or 3 random ideas will almost always just pop in and I'll make a note of it. So it's like I need to be in my own head for better or worse.
No, I'm a book on tape, Audible.
Mm-hmm.
That clears my head and the traffic here in Miami.
The only downside is you're not like thinking of the next creative idea because you're just listening to someone talk, right? So it's like different when you have like not silence, but like, I don't need anybody in my head other than myself sometimes. I need to sit down and think of stuff. And that's when the best ideas pop in. I can't listen to music while riding. Yeah. No, not when I'm riding. I don't do it while I'm riding, but like when I'm driving to the trailhead and stuff, that's what happens.
A buddy of mine, only podcast I listen to is MTB Q&A. He doesn't even own a bike.
Yes, that's dedication, baby.
He is a wrestling podcaster. I listen to podcasts because I do this.
Yeah,
and you get into that mode of like, oh well, these people will listen. I'm going to support them, and they're fun to me now.
Yeah,
it's so funny. I never thought I'd do this, but I really don't have the time. I
like listening to podcasts and stuff too, but it's like, man, like, so for example, when my commute was like, it's like 15 minutes. It takes me a week to go through one podcast, like, it's like, dude, just, you know what I mean? I'm not sitting in the car for 2 hours at a time and everybody wants to do 2.5, 3 hour podcasts like Joe Rogan. And it's like, dude, that takes me 2 weeks to get through one podcast.
Oh, and you do the live streams too. Bless you, sir. Bless you for being able to have the talent to talk for over an hour.
Oh yeah.
Holy F, folks.
I've done 2 hours plus by myself before.
I've lost doing this. People lose their signal or their computers die. And now I'm talking. I think the longest one recently was like 5 minutes and I'm scrambling.
Yeah.
And I can talk, but to watch you, I'm in awe, sir.
Yeah.
And
I'm still waiting for somebody to I want to host a show, man. Like that's like, I'd love to get, I don't know if that involves an agent or something, but I need to I'll make it myself then if I got to do it. But I think the idea, one of the things I wanted to do in 2024, which didn't come to fruition because time is like, I want to travel around. And I think the premise would be almost like dirty jobs where it's like, I'm going around and learning new skills and new techniques and new ways the industry works, but like working with different creators. So like, let's say for example, I go up to, Park City and I work with Eric Porter for him to teach me the basics. And then I go hang out with Christian Pepper and he teaches me how to jump. And like, it's just this video series of me going around and hanging out with great creators and learning new skills. And I'm learning as the audience is learning, like that kind of fun little element. I think I think I'm going to nail that in for 2025. I think it'll be super fun.
But would you want a real, like when you get a show, now you have a producer, now you have this, now you have that. Now they got people telling you what to do. This right here. You do it yourself. The YouTube people, there's still people out there that don't get that this is taking over.
Yeah. YouTube's huge, man. It's massive.
But I mean, so I say go for it, Joe.
I mean, you never know. You gotta, again, stretch yourself creatively. Like landing that acting gig was crazy. Like it was a totally different type of stress, like positive stress, where it's like, if you're comfortable, you're not learning anything new. So like, that was like, I was so stressed out and sweating. I'm so stressed because they're about to say like action. You gotta go in there. You got a whole set of people waiting on you to deliver the lines. And normally I'm delivering lines to myself. Now you get a room full of people and you're actually interacting, which is not how we normally shoot this stuff, the way that we do it. So it was like, again, positive stress. Like I love stress that you learn something from. And so I want more of that. I think that'd be super fun to do more acting gigs, whether that's like, commercial work or whatever. Like, I'm not saying I'm the most talented guy in the world, but I could certainly nail a few commercials. Like that's not a problem.
You could deliver a line.
I think it'd be another fun creative challenge. And, with no time limit, who knows? I don't know if that involves an agent or whatever, but yeah, we'll figure it out.
Get an agent. Any agents watch this later?
Yeah.
Give him a call. DM him. He will answer it.
I'll knock it out of the park. Don't worry.
You know what I find interesting is that you do all this this stuff, and you've got your camera and you got your microphones. And then you did that commercial. Isn't that amazing how many people are involved?
Dude, it was crazy. It was for a TikTok video, that Subaru one that I did. They had 10 people on set. I could have made that by myself. I can't imagine what the production company was charging Subaru for that. And it was great. It turned out great. They had a great concept. It worked great. But I was like, dude, what do you need a sound guy for? Like,
dude, just give it to me. I'll clip it on.
Dude, I did this by myself. Like, and these guys got 10-man teams. Like, and they were a great company. Like, they were awesome to work with. But it's like, oh man, like this is wild. Like, I do this every day by myself. Like, I do multiple of these a week.
Guys, I can do this. Just go home. I'll do it for you.
Yeah. And I had the idea, like when I jump out of the tree in that video, that was my idea. They're like, we need something like climbing. I was like, I got an idea. And like, I had a few ideas that like to make it funnier. So
that's amazing. Back to your family though.
Yeah.
Wife totally supportive.
Yeah, super supportive. Yeah, she's 100% on board.
Not the wife with the mustache though.
No, both of them are. She's a little, the mustache one's a little bit more disagreeable than my actual wife.
I just think that's amazing. You've got, and I love the fact that our spouses support this thing that we do, especially, you know, now that you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
But when it first started, she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Or does she already know that you're a complete goofball and you need that outlet?
I don't feel like she ever disagreed with anything I was doing. Like, I think she was always supportive from the get-go. She knew I was creative, and, you know, as I started making YouTube videos, it was pretty obvious I had a natural talent for it. Like, I had some video production experience a little bit in the past, and so the comedic side, like, it unleashed the creative side of me again. So it was like, it was cool because, like, you know, just me making stuff, but as she saw the product evolve, she knew what was going on. She got it. So yeah, she's always been supportive. She's always been great about it.
I just find it amazing that like somebody, I mean, you don't have you have a broadcast background. You set that studio all up. But a lot of these content creators, I'm just amazed by someone who is a professional, not good, but a professional at shooting and editing and blah, blah, blah. And then to see someone like you put together your Spain video.
Yeah.
That thing was epic. Somebody in the comment section said that earlier.
Man, I'm so stoked on how those turned out. That was a great video series. I had a third one I never actually produced because I think like I was like, it's only gonna get 10,000 views. I'm not making another one. Like it took me so much work to make those videos. But I also like I want to make more stuff like that because I like going back and watching it and be like, man, what a great trip that was. And I'm so stoked on how the videos turned out. You know, it is what it is. YouTube's a fickle game, so you can, you know, do high production stuff, or you could just do reaction videos where you just react to other people's content and get millions of views too. Like there's like, I feel like oftentimes platforms reward low effort content more than they reward high effort content. And so I'm trying to do a mix of everything, you know, like, because, you know, just throw it all out. And the low effort stuff you can make faster. The high effort stuff you can do your creative freedom on and have fun with. So you got to like do it. And I do that on Instagram too, but it's like, yeah, you just got to have creative freedom and like, hey, do a low effort, do a high effort, you know, anything's possible. It doesn't have to just be one thing all the time. Yeah, just have fun. That's all this is anyway. I do get upset though, because you're right with that. I'll post tomorrow. I guarantee less on YouTube views. I only have one video that skyrocketed. I was making fun of my brother-in-law's bike. 88 or 89,000 views, something like that. And I was like, what did I do there? What did I do? It took me 5 minutes. I just saw his bike in the thing and I grabbed my phone. Yeah. And it was the most low effort thing I've ever done. And posted it. I didn't even pick a time when I just posted it when I edited it. Yeah. And that's how it works. Like that's, again, like I told you, getting 1 million is not that hard. Like you could do it with a cat video. Like I had a buddy of mine who, who's it? Jason out in Washington. Anyways, he did a video with his buddy. They were riding and he crashed and the buddy was getting up, but like he keeps his trail tools inside of his like shorts. So like when he got up, it looked like it was his junk. And like, so that thing went crazy viral because everybody's like, oh, look at his dick, you know, like they're just like, what the hell is going on here? And the shock factor, the shock and awe got millions and millions of views. It was crazy. He was like, what the hell's going on here? So that's one way to do it, is just having like shock factor in the video. That'll net you some views for sure. There's no book. I think it's just amazing that this is a job. It's now like fireman, police officer, construction worker, content creator. Yeah, but I've seen a lot of companies, they don't know how to make videos. And so like they would happily pay someone to do it for them.
Yeah, it's amazing. Never thought that this would be a thing, and it is. Coop, your Spain videos were awesome. Should have been way bigger hits.
Yeah, and it's not all about the views. I mean, rewardingly in terms of editing and creating and stuff, like I'm proud of those videos. So there's no whatever. It turned out great. But the other 2 days that we rode, the footage that I had, I didn't have a lot more B-roll to go with it, and I didn't want to just have riding footage. So it was a little bit more to it. I just didn't felt like you'd have to come up with a story for it, and I just didn't feel like I had a lot. I think I told what I wanted to tell in the first 2, but yeah, I loved how they came out. I still go watch them, and I'm like, man, that's so fun. It was an amazing trip.
That's my problem. Anytime I've tried to do a long format and I'm learning from people like you, shoot more.
Yeah, you have to just shoot a ton of stuff.
I'm at Sky Park. I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I'm like, oh, look over here. And then look, it's this person and that. Meanwhile, camera's off.
Yeah.
Camera's off. I recently shot something with a mountain bike coach. He's telling me stuff, and I'm like, I didn't have the camera rolling.
Yeah, and the hard part is like, so when you do riding videos, you don't know what the story's going to be, right? And Brian will attest to this too. Like, you just don't know what the story's going to be when you do a ride video because you're going out on a ride, and things could happen, things might not. Whereas, like, if you do a structured video, like how to do a jump, you know exactly what you're shooting, you know exactly what you need to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, purpose-built YouTube videos tend to do better, like things that are like obviously like how to jump videos, how to manual 3 ways to improve your riding. Like, you already have the concept in your head, you already know the 3 points you want to talk about. You have that all structured, and you probably already have a thumbnail in your head. So those do well because there's purpose. Versus like, hey, I rode this place. Yeah. Anybody that's not from that place won't know what that place is. They won't click on it. They won't watch it unless it's spectacular. Like if you have some random like portal video where it's death and the thumbnail is like a cliffside on all sides, and those will go viral. But yeah, it's like there's a structure. It's harder to build a story around a ride video that you don't really have a story for other than I was here and I rode it. Right. So you got to build like the drama. And some people are like, BCPOV was really good at this. I did this in my second Spain video, which was like building drama around the scary ass cliffside that like I almost died on. And it's like, that was real. Like I was scared as hell to ride that thing. And, but you know, you build it up to that. And like, I improved my storytelling as a result. So all this stuff, again, always evolving, and it was fun to put together. But at the beginning, you don't have a story. You got to come up with a story for rides. It's harder.
So mate, those really took me back. Like I've done this storytelling stuff my whole career, and watching that was like even the music worked so well. It was just, those are amazing. Enough patting you on the back.
No, I mean, like when I was like almost done with the second video, I was like, this is a National Geographic video right here. I mean, this is crazy. Like, so it turned out great.
Drone video, and just amazing. Jeff Jackson just jumped in. Thanks, man. Just got back and run, hopping in. Say hi to the kid.
How you doing?
Jess is out there now.
For a little bit, yeah.
For a little bit. What's it like collabing with these folks? I see you said something about hanging out with Seabass.
We talk all the time, and we text all the time. So we're all in the same boat. So we're all doing the same thing. So we text a lot, whether it's bouncing ideas or whatever else. So we talk a lot. And Seabass is in Reno. He's not too far from me either. Like I said, I'm gonna be hanging out with him this weekend. I don't know if we're gonna. Hopefully, we film some stuff. I gotta text him and see what. But we're kind of doing the same thing to a certain degree. We all have our different styles, which is the cool thing. So it's like we don't really overlap, but we do. And so we're the 3 that are kind of really in that same boat. So we talk a lot about whether it's the financial side or the creative side or anything else. So yeah, we definitely talk a bunch, and it's fun because like anytime you get together with people physically and do something creative, it can get better. Like, and to me, it gets you off that lonely island, and that's why Sedona's fun, because we all hang out with each other. But yeah, it's not everybody's doing that, because some people just do ride videos and some people do this, but like we're very highly tailored to doing skits and things like that. So it's like we can work together. We already know what we need to do to make it do well, right?
Yeah. How great is this though? This community that you come to pick up a bike and you start recording it, and now the friendships that you've made.
Dude, everybody's amazing, dude. It's crazy like how non-confrontational mountain biking tends to be, except for the really hardcore guys. But most of the people that I know are just so fun. We all just want to go ride our bikes. We all just want to go have a blast. And to me, it's like very simple. We're all very courteous to the trails. We're all, we're all kind of in the same situation. It's Let's go have a blast on a ride. I don't really care if we go fast or not. Let's just pedal. Let's just have a good day. Like, it's simple, and people tend to be pretty joyous in this sport, and I appreciate it.
Yeah,
and we're industrious. Mountain bikers are industrious folk. We'll figure out a way to make it work.
So fun. I was talking to Scott Lawsey. He's a comedian. It's Pacific Northwest. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I know who Scott is. Yeah, I talked to him recently.
He said the same thing. It's just this. He goes, I thought, I'd get more hate. And he goes, you guys are a bunch of teddy bears.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. I love this community. Before I didn't know this was going to be like this. I didn't know we were going to have people showing up every time I do a podcast. I didn't know the friendships when I go out to Bentonville or Sky Park or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. I mean, you feel the love.
It turns out people are in better moods when they're outdoors, and let alone hauling downhill, and maybe not in a great mood climbing, but yeah, it's therapeutic. And as anybody would know, when you jump on a bike, like if I go for a week without riding, I feel it. Like mentally, physically, I'm not in the right mindset. But you go on a ride, you wake up the next day like, oh, why do I feel so good this morning? You're like, oh, I went on a bike ride. Yeah.
You feel good after. God, I got that new bike. I was 22 miles this weekend.
It's like being a kid again.
I was so happy.
Mm-hmm.
So happy.
It's a good community,
what are you riding
man.
now? What do you got? What do you got going? I know people in the chat here would like to know what you're riding now.
What do I got? I've got a couple things. None of them are mine. Like the partnership with N+1 is such that like we could just kind of bounce around stuff. So I've been riding the new Ripmo, and that's on the chunky stuff. So we rode Georgetown. I rode North Star on the new Ripmo, the V3. We did a custom build for that one. And then I've got the Rip Lee in the garage as well, which is a shorter travel, much lighter. Man, that's almost a perfect bike for my area at 130, 140. And then I've also got, those are the two main dogs right now. I've been riding, bouncing back and forth between the Rip Lee and the Ripmo, the Ibis stuff.
How do you like doing that?
Just
switching out bikes.
I've never been a bike guy. So like still, if you blindfolded me and put me on different bikes, I don't know if I could tell you the difference. I'm not that guy. Like, I just think it's fun to like showcase it and try some new stuff. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever be a bike tech guy. I've done the broadcast industry and tech long enough to like know that I need to know enough, and then like I'm going to focus on the important stuff, which is the riding. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get too caught up in tokens on my fork and all this other crap. Like, I just want to go have fun, man. Let somebody else handle it.
I'm so with you on that, man. I always joke, just give me a bike. I'll have fun. Now that I have an e-bike though, have you gone that route?
Yeah, I had the Oso for a little bit. They had the Oso in the stable for me, and we did Downeyville on the Oso, which was really fun. But I'm going to have them send me a new e-bike soon so we can go do some laps. There's certain places that, like, if there's enough climbing, which I don't mind doing, but like, say, for example, Santa Cruz is a good example. Santa Cruz is like, the climb's easy to the top. But if you travel all the way to Santa Cruz, which is 4.5 hour drive, it'd be dope to get as many laps as you can while you're there versus like, getting tired and then calling it. So there's shuttleable opportunities out there, which is what we did with Seabass and Jess once and outside Brendan. But if I could get out there and have an e-bike to get up and get down, you could just really get a lot more laps in, and that'd be cool.
More fun, less suck.
Yep. Which again, the climb I'm capable of the climb. It's fine. Like, but the length of the climb is you're just going to do less laps, which means you drove a lot for less, right? So it's like, might as well utilize the time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We got a Dusty Dutchman in here. It says, I'm right on the edge of giving up on long form videos. Short form is actually enjoyable because it doesn't take 20 to 30 hours to edit.
Yeah, and honestly, again, that's the story of the Calirado Kid. I got tired of long form, and I thought my channel was over, and I stopped doing long form, and then I started doing short form, and the rest is history. So there's nothing wrong with pivoting. There's nothing wrong with taking a break, like, and just figuring it out. Like, you can figure out different methods of editing. You could figure out less involved editing. Because again, some platforms seem to be rewarding low effort content these days where it's just like you talking. So, not like podcast form, but I mean, like, I made a video recently that I'm working on right now, which is just like why I switch back to flat pedals. Just me talking about the experience and stuff. It probably won't do great, but it's like, hey, it's a thing that's still content, and it's like little less effort, but it allows me to put more stuff out, which I think in the long run is better than having less no stuff out. So and then I can do long form edits and stuff too. But the short form was really fun for me because, it was way easier. I could take my phone out to the trail. I could just make a thing real quick and upload it and like not think about it. And it was doing well. And I kind of screwed that up by getting really involved with it and doing like nice cameras and all this stuff. But I'm trying to mix the nice camera with the phone. And again, just don't be so stressed out about it has to be a certain thing in a certain way.
Looking back on this year of the Calirado Kid, guys, there's the boy Callie. I'm
Son
sorry,
of a bitch. I'm out of here.
I'm out of here too.
Well,
he's really gone.
If you would have committed to it, we would have melded into each other. Watch. Here, go the other way. Okay, we did it. We did it. All right.
That was good. I got this. My wife has this exercise mat thing down here. I don't roll very well.
Yeah.
This is a gym.
Oof.
And my podcast. Looking back on this year as the Calirado Kid channel and Instagram. Yeah, I did just go out of focus.
Mm-hmm. Told you. The camera's wonky. I've been watching. I know. I'm a tech guy. I get it.
I'll fix it for the next guy. Look at that. I really went out of focus. Go.
This guy runs a professional podcast. All right. Just everybody
this is
in here that knows. Yeah. Let's just be clear.
I'm going to cry.
How is it? You got to take off. Wait, lift your hat up and see if it. See, it's your facial detection. Is it a webcam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a good one. Oh, son of a. Anywho, looking back on this year as the Calirado Kid, as a brand that you are, what is one of your favorite moments
this year?
Yeah, is there a moment? Is there something you did, a collaboration, a video that you just patted yourself on the back?
I think probably the Santa Cruz stuff I'm talking about. I think that was earlier this year when we were gonna go ride Santa Cruz. We found out Seabass was here, Jess was in town for something, so we're like, let's go ride down there. And outside Brendan was close by too, so we hit him up, and he was like, so it was me, Jess the Maker, normal mountain biker, outside Brendan, and then his brother Seabass's brother Durs, who's the best.
Yeah.
And we went to go ride Santa Cruz, and I was like, hey, we were doing some riding. I was like, and I pitched Jess this idea. I was like, what if, or no, I picked Seabass the idea. I was like, hey, what if we film this video where like I'm peeing on a tree, and then like I hear another stream, and I look over, and you're peeing on the same tree, and he's like, I'm in. So like we're good. So when we get the riding and Jess is there and stuff, he's like, Seabass like, what if Jess was peeing on the tree too? And I was like, instantly better. Instantly better. So we just get the cameras out and we start filming out there, and the rest is history. That was a fun one, man. This
like
just
wacky kids.
And we filmed that while outside Brendan was getting all his stuff out of the van and getting his bikes ready. So we're like, we got time. Let's go. So we get the camera set up and we film all that. And I still think it's like just those wonky, just like, all right, let's do it. And to me, it's funny as hell. One
of the funniest bits. One I think I choked on my own saliva was when Normal took to your teat, if you will.
Yeah. Yes, that's another idea I pitched him. I'm gonna wait for him to pitch me more ideas, but yeah, I was like, hey, I got a funny idea.
Oh my god! And the angle, and you just see him suckling.
Yeah.
I choked on my own spit. That was so hysterical.
That was a fun one. And again, like I have to text him this stuff, be like, hey, got a funny idea where like you run out or you under water, so you need to like suck out of my camelback, but the hose is too short. He's like, let's do it. Okay. And I was like, I was originally going to be the reaction, but Durs was there, and I was like, Dursy, can you give me like a reaction face? He's like, yeah. And I was like, I punch zoomed in right at the right time on the camera, and it was like the perfect shot. I was like, that we got it. Let's go.
Oh,
Pack it in.
My cheeks hurt thinking about that. Do you ever sit when you do one like that and laugh at yourself? Like you were like,
oh yeah. There's some videos that I'm producing that like I laugh out loud a lot. And like I can't think of any specific. I'd have to scroll through my videos and tell you which one specifically. But yeah, I just there's some times where I'm editing and I'm just laughing my ass off, and I'm like, yes. And those don't necessarily always do the best, but it's like those are you got to just make sometimes you get an idea in your head, you got to shoot it. You just got to shoot it.
The ones that just make you feel good inside.
Yeah,
that you did it. There's another question that I got to get going. Hold on, let me get rid of this one.
You're deep in there, yeah.
Oh, I went deep. You want us to talk about deep, folks?
Hey-o.
I'm gonna get you deep. We're going deep in the
We're gonna
Calirado.
penetrate.
We're gonna go deep and penetrate into Calirado. There we go.
Oh, the first one ever. There it is.
The very first one ever.
Yep.
Skyline fishing.
Yep.
All right. Today we're at a Skyline Wilderness Park out in Napa, and the game plan today is trying to catch a fish. This is
perfect. I had it all figured out already.
Look at that.
It still has 2019, man. 2019. I started the channel and then COVID hit.
And where did it go after that? Did it pause for a minute?
Yeah, it's been crazy ever since. But yeah, the long form stuff, again, I haven't been producing a lot of it because it's just time. It's really hard, but I'm getting there. Yeah, look at some of those videos only have like 400 views.
Drawing.
Hold on.
How do you not have YouTube Premium?
I'm cheap, Joe. I am extremely cheap.
Yep.
You know, you got the spouse receipt.
Yep.
I wouldn't buy the bike that she just bought me.
Oh man,
I don't need any spouse receipts.
I watch so much YouTube that like YouTube Premium is a must. And my understanding is creators get more money from the YouTube Premium subscription. So like that's one justifiable thing. But I figure if I'm an actual creator, I should have it, and it works good. It's yeah, no ads.
No ads. Or when you ran into John and Spokesman out in the trail and did a snip shot.
So I went out to film at Everyman Jack Spot. They were releasing body all over body deodorant, which is I think what is in this box right here. Hold on. This is just their normal deodorant. What is this? A sea mineral pack? They sent me a pack. This is sweet. Wait, hold on.
Oh, look at that. Look at that, folks.
But yeah, anyways, so they I was filming one, and again, they let me kind of off the reins sometimes, and like they messaged me like, hey, we got this new all over deodorant, so you could use it in armpits and whatever else you need. You know,
undercarriage.
Say no more. And I text Lucas immediately. I was like, I got a good idea. And you know, sometimes they just pop right in, right? And so I'm like, what if, you know, something happens, somebody crashes into the other dude and his like taint's been all over deodoranted and he smells it, right? Like, and like that's like, to me, the imagery is right there. So we shot it, and I went out there, and this took me 3 hours to shoot, by the way, for a 30-second. This is how stupid it is sometimes, because I have to get the lighting wasn't right in one spot, the movement wasn't right in another. I have to haul the camera down to get into position. Then I went up, and like it's just involved. So anyways, I'm shooting this stuff, and as I'm like filming something, I run into John, my buddy John, and Steve from Spokesman MTB, and John is Active Life 2.0 on Instagram and stuff. They were riding together, which pisses me off because they didn't invite me, and they knew I live in the area. So I don't know what happened there. All right, I'm pissed off. So anyways, I run into him, and I was like, guys, I might need your help. And I got lucky because John was wearing black shorts, and I was like, I'm gonna need your stunt crotch here. I'm gonna need you as a stunt crotch. So I was filming. I was actually filming a video for Smart Wool. It was 100 degrees out. It was for their winter line. And this wasn't going to air until December, which just launched. We just put it up like last week. But like I was sweating my ass off filming. It's supposed to be cold out. So I'm like shivering, and it's 100 out. Nobody knows these things. But anyways, movie magic, right? So anyways, they pull up randomly in this little hideaway spot that I usually film at because it's quiet. They happen to come by. I don't know what I would have done had they not come by. I was like, guys, I'm going to need your help in about an hour. Finish your ride and message me because I'm going to. And so he's like, yeah, we'll do it. So yeah, I have to have John lay down on the ground, and then I basically have to put my nose right in his junk. And I'm like, that smells pretty good. And I just like, so in the video, it's me because both parts are played by me. But in the video, he's my stunt crotch.
You got a stunt crotch.
That's
when you know you made it. You have a stunt crotch, sir.
I know. I think I posted that somewhere. I don't know if I can actually find the clip. But yeah, it was Steve sent it to me the other day. He's like, by the way, I found this on my phone. I'm like, oh, good to know.
Steve didn't want to be the stunt crotch. He couldn't.
He didn't have black shorts on.
Oh, son, you missed out, Steve. Where is Steve tonight?
I got lucky. I got lucky in more ways than one.
Got to sniff a taint.
Oh, I don't know where I put that clip, but yeah, that's funny as hell.
Where is that?
I was going to try and find the actual stunt, the actual behind the scenes footage, but I posted it on social media. If you guys didn't see it, it's your fault.
Stunt crotch. Honey, we've got the stunt crotch now. You understand? Yeah. He had a stunt crotch. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I thank you for taking time itself, but I know you have a family and kids to get back to. Hold on. One more from Trail Pit.
Yeah.
If anyone is riding a Canyon e-bike to work or Spectral, or they just have huge battery call. Okay, he's just giving us some information on battery calls.
Nobody rides Canyon.
No, JT will tell you it's just
does anybody I don't know anybody that rides a Canyon.
Just
Do you? It's like what's that one company? And this is why I'm not going to get sponsored, by the way. It's a Diamondback. They dropped Seth's not with them anymore. I know Eric is, but like I've never seen anybody ride a Diamondback. Have you?
Hey.
Has anybody seen anybody on a Diamondback on the trailhead?
No, they were cool when I was a kid. I don't know.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Anybody?
Let's
Mike
stir up
Mitchell
some
in the house.
controversy. Let's stir up some controversy. Yeah, what the hell's going on over there? I've never seen a Diamondback on the trail.
Mike Mitchell's in the house. He says hi. A little late. Thank you. Another huge influencer. Yeah, Dusty JT says his Canyon's just boring. It's just meh.
Side note, like the term influencer is interesting because I don't feel like it influence anybody. I feel like I'm like I like the term content creator better because like you know, if I were to say like, hey, go buy this, nobody will buy it. Like, but that's to me an influencer. Like if I say like, but if I make something funny, people will be into it. So it's like, but nobody defines them differently. It's the same thing essentially. But it's funny because like, what influence do I have? You know what I mean? I don't know.
More than you know, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. Focusing. I don't want to
tell
take
your camera to focus. Yeah.
Hurt my feelings. I always do a rapid fire questions at the end.
Sure.
10 rapid fire questions.
Okay.
You ready?
How many words can I use to answer?
As many as you'd like. This is your time.
Okay, got it.
I know you like to smoke meat.
Yeah.
What's your favorite meat to smoke?
It's got to be brisket.
Brisket?
It's a long cook. It's 12, 14 hours, but boy, oh boy, is it so good.
What? I've never had brisket. I don't eat red meat, so.
You maniac. Brisket is the king. It's the king of barbecue.
Have you done a turkey?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do turkeys every Thanksgiving. Yeah, I've done turkeys. I've made my own bacon. I do tri-tips. I did 6 tri-tips this weekend with, you know, a whole pounds and pounds of turkey or chicken thighs. I cook a lot of food, man. When I get the smoker going, I could feed 60 people. Like, so yeah, I've got a ton of tri-tip in the fridge right now that I've been eating all week.
Oh man. We had a Thanksgiving turkey. My brother-in-law smoked 2 different flavors. The meat just fell off. I was mouth watering. In Arkansas, another podcaster in the house. What's going on?
This is Thanksgiving right here. I did 3 racks of ribs, giant prime rib, and turkey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mess around. Like when I invite people to barbecues, they come because they know what's about to happen.
They know they're in for it. Now, do you have a favorite seasoning? Second question. Do you have a favorite seasoning to you, or are you just a purist?
I usually make my own dry rubs.
Ooh.
Yeah, I usually make my own dry rubs.
You really aren't joking around.
No, I mean, it's not that hard. You just, you know, do enough. I've been in it long enough that you read enough cookbooks and everything else, but you kind of know what is what. Yeah, it's just, yeah.
He's more serious.
Yeah, I make my own barbecue sauces too, man. What are you doing over there? You buying Sweet Baby Ray's?
Yeah.
Get it together, Johnny. Sweep the leg.
I don't know how to make sauces. I grill. I don't smoke. I don't have a smoker yet. I would like one.
You get an easy bake oven. Get it together. Get some wood and make a fire and cook over the fire. That's what we do here in my house.
Okay, my grill's not good enough. My camera's not good enough. I did not prepare for the kid tonight, folks.
It's roasting Johnny tonight. Let's go. Your hat's too gray.
Look at that.
I don't know.
That's a sponsor right there.
Yeah.
My own. If you could go back in time and do one thing over again, what would it be?
If I can go back in time and do one thing over again, that's how you stall, by the way, is you read the question over again.
Yeah.
I would not sell my Mustang. I sold my 2012 Mustang when I was in Denver for an F-150 because it was not good in the snow with 400-something horsepower at the wheels. Man, I miss having a Mustang now. I've been really thinking about, like, I just loved having a muscle car. Like,
but you're a mountain biker. You have to have a Tacoma or a 4Runner.
I still have my Tacoma, but imagine what's his name, Brendan or whatever. He has that GTR that he puts his bike on. That guy gets millions of views because it's part of the personality of his channel. Imagine me pulling up to the trailhead with a 400 or 500 horsepower Mustang, just ripping on that thing with a bike strapped to the back. I'm just saying. I wish I still had the Mustang. I love the Mustangs.
Okay, he loves his favorite
I miss driving
music.
a stick, and that sounds inappropriate, but I miss driving a stick.
It's a millennial anti-theft device.
Yeah, exactly. Kids don't know how to drive that.
He wants to know if I'm seductive. I'm very seductive.
Well, they talked about the turkey in the picture being seductive, and now you are seductive as well. So I agree.
You ask her.
Yeah.
This oozes seduction.
He puts the gun swinger, baby. Yeah.
I put the lotion in the bathtub.
Oh,
what's your favorite music video?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. It's what's the name of that band? Papa Roach, Cut My Life into Pieces. Because I'm in that video.
He's in it, folks.
Yeah.
Hey, Subarus were good here in Tahoe. Okay, you can have a Subaru.
Yeah, Subaru's crush. Although my wife's, I bought her an Onyx XT as a surprise one year, which was cool. And the thing is awesome. It just plows through snow. It's the all-wheel drive system's amazing. But it's like 60-something thousand miles, and apparently it's leaking oil now. So I'm like, what the hell? My Tacoma hasn't even shown any signs of wear. It's 190,000 miles.
Come on, folks.
Whatever.
Talk to him.
Whatever.
Favorite movie quote?
Oh, favorite movie quote. All right, hold on. Oh, There Will Be Blood when he goes, I can't keep doing this with these people.
Okay. What movie is that?
There Will Be Blood, one of the greatest movies of all time. Daniel Day-Lewis. You haven't seen There Will Be Blood?
Okay, write this down.
Watch it tonight. Okay, put it on and prepare for some mental just gymnastics. It is one of the greatest movies of all time. There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood.
Yeah, it's just this intense scene where you see the characters starting to let himself be really seen by people around him, and he's not a nice person. And like he's the protagonist, but he's also not. Like he's very much driven by success, and he can't stand the people around him. He sees their imperfections. He can't, it's like this great movie. Yeah, it is one of the greatest.
I haven't seen that.
One of the greatest acted movies of all time. Daniel Day-Lewis is it's unreal.
He's incredible.
I love watching movies. I'm a big movie buff, and that movie is just like you see I don't know. It's one of my favorites of all time for sure.
It's got to be one of your favorites. I'm going to have to look at my favorite is The Professional.
Yep.
Wow. I'm learning so much tonight. Holy cow. JT says it's a masterclass in acting, that movie.
Yeah. I drink your milkshake. I drink it up.
Wow. I'm feeling really lost here. I used to be a movie critic, and I've never seen that movie.
Get it together, Johnny.
I'm disappointing you.
Anything with Daniel Day-Lewis, by the way, is like you're guaranteed a masterclass in acting, 100%.
I missed out on him.
Yeah.
I watched that Lincoln movie, interviewed everyone, and he wasn't there to be interviewed. He was like,
he does not want to be involved with people. I think he's
a cobbler.
Yeah, and he is very hyper focused on what he does, and he gets into it. But he's a different character in every movie, and he's one of the greatest actors of our time. And it is what it is. But yeah, like he was in Gangs of New York. Remember Gangs of New York?
Yeah,
he played Bill the Butcher.
He doesn't want to be a part of Hollywood. He just
unreal,
wants
man.
to go
and
in,
I appreciate it. Just come in and get my work done and take off. Like there you go.
We got a movie night.
Yep.
Okay. So if you could have any superpower,
if everybody would just want to be Superman, right? Like if you'd be crazy if you didn't want to just have Superman's powers, which is like everything. He can fly. He has superpower. He's invulnerable. He can shoot lasers. He can blow cold breath. Like,
okay, you want to be Superman.
I mean, like, I don't want to be Superman, but like, if you were to choose a superhero, who's got better powers than Superman? Like, he's almost unstoppable except for one little thing.
It's damn Green Rock.
Yeah, that like it only happens for plot device that someone has it, right? Like, I mean, I used to want to be Spider-Man with all of my core and being. I wanted to be Spider-Man, but like without a building, you're useless. You know,
trees around.
You're strong and you can move fast, but like if there's no buildings to swing on, you're just gonna run to everyone. Like, no.
Just heard my wife just giggle out loud down there. Christopher Reeve, Superman.
Oh man, I mean Christopher Reeves. Don't get me wrong; those movies are iconic, and to me, when you watch them, they're wholesome. They almost bring you comfort when you put on an old Superman movie. Like if you see even the trailer, the music, like it's just like, It feels like almost like a Christmas movie where but like if you watch them, they're really corny. They're really corny.
Bad. Oh man, they're really bad.
But to be fair, Henry Cavill, I like a lot as an actor. I still think the writing wasn't great for what they did with him, but I think like if they would have pulled off Superman right, it could have been really good. I do like the intensity, but it's like, why do you make him brooding? Like he's just like, I think the answer is neither. Well, I would say Christopher Reeve then probably actually, because I love Henry Cavill. I loved him as The Witcher until the producer screwed that up. But yeah, like Henry Cavill's was just so dark, and like that's not what Superman is to me. Like I'm not even that big of a fan of Superman, but it's just brooding, Zack Snyder crap.
It's so true. Those movies were so dark. All the DC movies.
Dude, let me break this down for a second. All right. In the first Man of Steel movie that they only made one Henry Cavill official movie, but it was like the one Man of Steel. His dad dies because he wants to go save a dog from a tornado. All right. That's all you need to know about this movie. There's a scene where his dad dies because he goes to save a dog from a tornado, which is a stupid ass thing to do. And then the guy, his son is Superman. He tells him, don't come save me. He could have run over there and grabbed him and nobody would have been like, oh, he's a superhuman being. He just could have ran over there and got his dad. Like instead, his dad's like, no, I'm going to die because I need to save this puppy. Like, what a stupid movie. Who wrote that? Now
wow.
You get me worked up, Johnny.
I'm sorry. I got you worked up. I didn't know you were so passionate for this stuff.
God. What a dumb There needs to be somebody in Hollywood that just goes, that's stupid. Like, why would a human being do this? Like, there's so much of that in Hollywood, unfortunately, where you just watch it and you're like, that's stupid. Like, yeah.
I remember that. He does that. He puts his hand up and it's like, you're going to go and got him.
He didn't have to run super fast. He could have just run mostly fast. And people were like, oh, he's a quick runner. He didn't have to go light speed fast. He could have just walked over there. And now I get if a car door hit him in the face, but somebody might have been like, hey, that's weird. But like, who cares? This is stupid.
I love the passion in that answer.
God.
A chance you can do a Ted Lasso. Mark.
I mean, my Ted Lasso impression is pretty great, I think. You're doing great, Mark. I think we're doing all right. Okay.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
I never got into that show either. My wife did. She watched it before.
Season 1 was really good, and then as always, they ruin it. Like it was okay. Season 2 was okay. Season 3 to me was like, what they do is oftentimes in these shows they go far more into like relationship stuff, and they go into the side characters, and like that's not what you want. Like I'm tired of seeing how this character wants to date that character. I don't want any of that, and I think they ruined it in season 3. Like I don't even think I finished it. Like I'm sure people loved it. Season 1 to me was about Ted's redemption arc. It was like him like growing as a person and like coming to terms with a divorce and all this stuff. And it was this great evolution of a character. And then seasons 2 and 3, they just like, it was like, oh, let's develop these side characters' relationships with each other. And I just like, that's not what it was. The season 1 was very succinct. It was very good.
Wow. That's you got a real good passion for entertainment in general. It sounds.
I should just start. I think I might start a second channel in 2025 too, and just do like either video games or movies, because I actually know a lot more about that than I do actual bike parts and stuff. Like I ended up in the bike world, but like I could do a video game channel and probably make a lot of money. Like because I'm maybe late to the game there, but it'd be fun to do a movie one where I just rant on stuff.
This is why it's rapid fire, because it goes on. Because this next one jumps off that one. Swap lives with a cartoon character. Who'd you be?
Oh, dude, Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
I'm showing my age.
Okay, hold on.
I don't even know what that is.
Hold on.
I would have done like Bugs Bunny.
No. Okay, hold on. Goku. How do I find? Okay, you just gotta like.
What is? I think I know what Dragon Ball Z is. Okay, his fancy camera just. There's a.
But Goku is like he's a Saiyan. It's an anime. Technically, that's a cartoon as far as I'm concerned. Like he just is the strongest person in the galaxy all the time, and like basically like he can, summon a blast out of his hand that can destroy a planet. Like that's how like badass he is, and he's just like he learns in one of the early in Dragon Ball Z, like there's the show like where like he was training on Earth, but it was only 1 times gravity. So he went to like this other moon where it had more gravity. They could train to get stronger. And so like he was training in like 10 times gravity. And like, at first he couldn't even stand up. And then like then when he came back to Earth, he was like 10 times as powerful. Like this is the stuff. See, Sheen Queen gets everything I'm talking about here tonight.
Kim, I'm at a loss. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
And I'm learning stuff.
You're too late to the game to watch it now because it's too convoluted with so many other things. But when I was still living with my parents, like I would go and get the VHS tapes. This is dating all of us now. And I would go watch because they would be coming from Japan, and I would watch like Dragon Ball Z religiously. I loved it. Like it was super cool. But yeah, just like super cool battles and stuff. Just like fireballs exploding mountains and stuff. Just like intense. It's so cool.
It's so funny. I'm so much older than you.
Yeah.
Oh man, I missed out on that. Okay, if you could dance with any celebrity, who would it be with? Because we know you got moves.
Ryan Reynolds. Wait, not an erotic dance, just like dancing together, right? We could probably pull off some moves in the same.
Maybe I want to slow dance with him. I want him to hold me close.
Or it'd
I'm
be
not
like
ashamed.
if it had to be a female, it'd be Gal Gadot. For obvious reasons, I think. I think she's. I'd like to pick her brain about how talented she is as an actress.
I would do Ryan Reynolds and his wife Blake Lively.
I don't want anything to do with Blake, but I think Ryan's funny as hell.
One in the front, one in the back.
Yeah,
and I'm just like the cream in their Oreo cookie.
I would love, like, Ryan has the production company, so like I would love to pick their brain, and I would love to if I can intern with them for a month. And like, I'll do whatever you want. Let me just learn from you guys. Let me film with you guys. Let me be a part of some of this stuff. Like, because they run the production company and they make, multi-million-dollar deals through commercials. Like it's amazing. So like, I think, man, there'd be a lot to learn from someone like that.
Oh, I just want him to hold me.
Yeah. Well, that too.
Last meal.
There used to be a place called Sam's Teriyaki in Fairfield that as a sophomore in high school, I started going there and I ate there. And my son, we took the kids there. So it was like 20 years and they had finally closed down years and years ago. And it's like, I still dream of that place. Like it was just, I loved it so much. And I should have got the recipe from her before she closed up shop. Like I should have gone there and had her teach me how to make everything. Cause it was like my favorite place.
Best
really
Chinese.
hole in the wall, little tiny spot. And it was the best.
Those are the best. We can't find good Chinese anymore.
No, it's
Everybody
like
wants to
Korean
make
barbecue. So it's like it was white rice with like beef bulgogi and then like whatever, but it was just simple.
Oh.
But I loved it so much.
Okay.
I still haven't found anything like it.
Says a lot, man. We can't find anything good Chinese down here anymore.
Yep.
Let's make it fancy.
California's got everything. I mean, people complain about California, dude, but I'm telling you, we got the mountains, we got the oceans, we got the best, we got food, like any type of food. It's great. I like it.
Okay, last one. Can I even read my own? I write like a doctor. What would be the title of your autobiography?
The Man, the Myth, the Mustache.
It's a great way to end that. Holy cow.
It's almost like I know what I'm doing.
It's almost like you've done this before.
Yeah. Huh.
Joe, I can't thank you enough for coming on. And this is my last podcast of the year, kind of a holiday special, if you will, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't wear a hat. I forgot to wear the Santa hat. I failed on that too. Didn't come prepared.
It's overrated anyways.
No. So, but I want to thank you so much for coming on. I wish you and your family a great holiday season. Are you traveling?
No, we're keeping it simple. They're going to go out of town for a few days, and then I'll pick them up Christmas Eve, and we'll go down and visit my dad. And, it'll be nice. We'll spend some time with the family, but it's just simple. We're not doing anything crazy. This end of the year is going to be kind of like just stay at home, get stuff done, and enjoy each other's company for a little while. So it'll be nice. Hey, there it is.
There it is.
The hat is in play.
It's a holiday special now.
Santa hat engaged.
I can't get it on. It's too small. And I have a small head. Oh. It's weird. Okay, there we go. Holiday special, folks.
Perfect.
Joe, thank you so much. Folks, thank you so much for coming on, watching this live, watching it later. I know a lot of people do that. But thanks for coming on and spending this time with Joe and I. If his stuff's down there if you want to like and follow all, I'm sure you already are.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Thanks so much. I wish you guys a happy holiday. Everybody in the comments section, happy holidays. Have a great time. I appreciate you. Now, if you can, go get your bike sturdy.